All right, guys. Today I'm going to be opening up some Final Fantasy stuff that I have here. Managed to get 4 packs. I bought this commander deck, Tidus, Yuna's Guardian, focusing on adding counters. So this should be pretty good. I'm hoping we get some pretty good cards in the sample collector booster pack. But first, let's go ahead and start with one of the play boosters, please. Man, have you guys gotten any packs? Any products from the Final Fantasy set that is pre-release week? It's pretty nice. We have Magitech Infantry. Okay. Warrior Sword with Job Select. Job Select. I think that's one of the new keywords. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero token. Attach this to that. So I guess it's similar to like the former Rodin one, but instead of a 2/2, you get a 1/1. But the equipped creature does get +3/+2, and it's a warrior in addition to its other types. Resentful Revelation. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. It does have flashback. Chocobo Kick. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. And target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature in opponent's control if it's kicked. And it deals twice that much damage. Pretty nice. Dreams of a Laguna. Surveilling and drawing. Does have flashback. Blitz Ball. Okay. Add 1 mana of any color. Sack this artifact. Draw 2 cards. Activate an opponent was dealt combat damage by a legendary creature this turn. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What do we have here? Varagoth, Bloodsky, Sire, Arden Azunia? What? Demon Rogue, Death Touch, Boast. Target player searches the library for a card, shuffles, and puts that card on top. Oh, whoa. That is pretty nuts. That is, wow. Hey, we have the other Tidus. Let's go. Blitzball Star. When an artifact you control enters, put 1/1 counter on him, and when he attacks, tap a creature. Phantom Train. Ring of the Lucy. Add 2. Oh, add 2 colorless. I like this. Wow. X-Death Void Warlock. Goodness gracious, man. These cards look absolute. We have Edgar, King of Figaro. Enters, draw a card for each artifact you control. First time you flip 1 or more coins each turn, they come up heads and you win those flips. Wow. And haste magic as well. A nice little land too. One of the new town lands. Sweet. I did have to take a little intermission to go do some stuff, but here we are. We got more packs here. Ready to go. Magic Damper. 1/1 and hexproof until end of turn. Untap it for 1 blue. Pretty damn good card. Galley Cat, Flying and Vigilance. As long as you control 2 more artifacts. Summon. Nice. Discard a card if you do. Draw a card and you can add red mana. It's always great. We have Ahriman, Flying and Death Touch. Calamity Rexor. Okay. When it enters, gain 3 life and it has Forest Cycling. This is pretty nice. A great. Oh, this art looks great. Dragoon's a Wyvern. Create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token when it enters. Vinton's Limit Break. It has tiered. You could turn it. What does it say? Target creature you control gains when it dies. Return it to battlefield tapped. And you can have it be a Gallant Beast, Death Gigas, or a Hell Masker. Clash of the Icons. Or the Icons. Removing lore counters from sagas. Put lore counters on sagas. Or force creatures to fight. Magitech Armor. Nice artifact. When it enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Random Encounter. Shuffle your library, mill 4 cards. Put each creature card milled this way onto the battlefield. They gain haste. At the beginning of the next end step, return them to their owner's hand. Oh, wow. This looks nice. Omega Heartless Evolution. Borderless. When Omega enters for each opponent, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent they control. Put X stun counters on each of those permanents. You gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. Wow. Zodiarch, Umbral God. Okay. God Indestructible. When it enters, each player sacrifices half the non-guard creatures they control of their choice, rounded down. Whenever a player sacks another creature, put a 1/1 counter on this. Wow, that's actually really nice. And we have Zach Fair. Enters with the 1/1 counter on it. You could sack them. Target creature gains indestructible to end of turn. Great. 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 So far, two absolute amazing pulls from Final Fantasy. Let's get into the next pack. More heat. More heat, please. So far, I am liking this set a lot. Okay. We have Paladin's Arms. Pretty nice. Job select as well. Sabo Tender. Plant. Hopefully, we can get one of the Cactuars. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature deals a 1 damage to each opponent. Cornered by black mages, target opponent sacks a creature of their choice. And you can create an 0-1 black wizard. Whenever you cast non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Commune with Beavers. Top 3 cards your library, reveal an artifact, creature, or land. Put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. Ice Flan. Tap target creature. Tap target artifact or creature and opponent controls. Put a stun counter on it, and it has island cycling. Oh, wow. Simple Iron Giant. Vigilance, Reach, Trample. That's pretty nice. Adventures in. Oh, a nice little land. When it enters, you gain 2 life. Nice. Oh, ho, ho. Shantoto Tactician Magician. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +X+0 until end of turn, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. And if X is 4 or more, draw a card. That's nice. We have Ultros Obnoxious Octopus. Wow. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, tap target creature and opponent controls and put a stun counter. Dragoon's Lance, job select as well. It becomes a knight. Hey, I could put this in my, potentially, put it in the Sidar Jabari deck. Fang Fearless. See? Whenever one or more cards if you graveyard draw a card and you lose a life. Triggers once per turn. Oh ho! And this does have a backside to it as well, which I think I need another piece. And we have Kefka Court Mage. Let's get this to focus, please. Whenever Kefka enters or attacks, each player discards a card, then you draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way. Each opponent sacks a permanent of their choice. Transform it. And if you transform it, what does it become? Kefka, Ruler of Ruin. Whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, you draw that many cards. Wow. That is nuts. That is nuts. What a card. Great mythic. Grand Pulse Ochu. Can we please focus? And another town land. Nice. Right, guys, we have one last play booster to open. Definitely want to get more. I do have a bundle coming on the way, but it won't get here for a while. Let's please focus on the card. There we go. Retrieve the Esper. Fate of the Sun Christ. Red Mage's Rapier. That's pretty nice. Black Mage's Rod. More job select. Precious Wanderings. Kickern Merchant. Move this a little closer. Laughing Man. Oh my goodness. Discard a card. You just draw 2 cards. Snow Villiers. A power to the number of creatures you control. Reach the horizon. Search library for up to 2 basic land cards and or town cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped and shuffle. Eject. Can't be countered. Return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand and draw a card. Crystal Fragments. Pretty nice. Oh. And we get Noctis, Prince of Lucis. You may cast artifact spells to your gear by paying 3 life in addition to their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, artifact enters with a finality counter on it. Evil Reawakened. Reactor Town. Pretty nice. Now we can get into, I mean, for sure the best pool. Let's go ahead and just get a little recap of the pools that we had. 100%. Matter of fact, I just want to look at this one because I didn't really get too close of a look at this card. Wow. Arden Izunia. Can we get this to focus, please? There we go. Death Touch and Boast. Oh my goodness. This is just nice. It's just a nice looking card. I like it. I like it. Now on to... We'll see the contents of this commander deck. Final Fantasy. Let's see. We do also have the collector sample pack as well. I might not even be opening this correctly. We get a nice deck box. Final Fantasy. For Tidus. The GOAT. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Okay. Fantastic. Let's see what we get in the collector booster sample pack. Please. Heat, absolute heat, absolute heat. My brother actually bought a play booster and pulled the Ristic study from that, the borderless. Kind of similar to the Varagoth that I pulled, but it was Ristic study, so goodness gracious. We have Terra Herald of Hope. I believe this was the commander for the other. Actually, I'm not sure. At the beginning of combat on your turn, mill 2 cards. Terra gains flying until end of turn. Whenever Terra deals combat damage to a player, pay 2. When you do, return target creature card power 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Nice Mardu. Art looks fantastic. And we have a Gal Pharaoh Youth. Okay, pretty good. I like these cards. And now we could see what's in the Precon. Tidus, Yuna's Guardian. A lot of counters. I am a fan of counters. I tend to gravitate towards counters, maybe tokens. So it should be fantastic. All right, so we have Tidus, Yuna's Guardian, of course. Face Commander. Move a counter from target creature you control onto a second target creature. Whenever one or more creatures you control with counters on them deal combat damage, draw a card and proliferate. Do it once a turn. Yuna Grand Summoner. Pretty good. Add a mana of any color. You may cast when you cast a creature. When you next cast a creature, it enters with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. Whenever another permanent you control is put to the graveyard from the battlefield, if add 1 or more counters and move that many counters onto a different creature. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Auron Venerated Guardian. When it attacks, put 1/1 counter on it. When you do, exile target creature defending player controls a power less than its power. Good. Nice card. I'm going to grab a bunch of these. Chocobo Knights. Whenever you attack, creatures you control with counters on them gain double strike. Okay. Geta and Luzu. Flash. When it enters, choose target creature you control. If damage will be dealt to it, excuse me, prevent that damage and put that many 1/1 counters on it. Lord Jiskel Guido. At the beginning of each step, if you put a counter on a creature this turn, investigate. Put a shield counter of each of up to 3 target creatures. Okay, that's actually pretty nice. Oh, a nice summon card. Exile creature an opponent controls. Put 1/1 counter on 2 target creatures you control and gain 2 life. And it's a enchantment creature. That's pretty nuts. And it's first strike. Another summon. 5/5 Vigilance. Exile artifact, enchantment, or tap creature. They need to pay to attack us and create X tokens, where X is the number of opponents who control a creature power 4 or greater. Wow. Nice enchantment. You can exile cards. If you do, put 1/1 counters with flying. Put a +1/+1 counter on it if the exile card's mana value is 4 or greater. Blitzball Stadium support. Put a 1/1 counter on each of the X target creatures. Wow. Lulu Stern Guardian. When an opponent attacks you, choose target creature attacking you. Put a stun counter on it, and you can proliferate. Remove a counter from a non-land permanent you control and draw a card. This goes pretty hard. Riku Resourceful Guardian. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature until end of turn, that creature can't be blocked by creatures your opponents control, and you can just move counters from target creatures and opponent controls to the creatures we control. More summons. 5/4. Stun counters. Oh, wow. Master Seymour. At the beginning of combat, your turn, put a 1/1 counter on. Put a number of 1/1 counters equal to his power on another creature you control. And it has monstrosity. Goodness gracious. Sphere Grid. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. Creatures with 1/1 counters on them have reach and trample. Goodness gracious. I think I have some cards. Like, I think I have extra copies of Hardened Scales. I would assume it would be in here, but I'm definitely probably going to throw that in there. Choose one at random. Put 3 1/1 counters on target creature. Put a shield counter on a creature, or it fights. Tramel Seymour's Butler. Each other non-token creature you control enters with additional 1/1 counter on it, and you can proliferate X times. Yuna's Decision. Sack a creature, draw a card. You can put a creature card or land from your hand to the battlefield, or you can return permanents from the graveyard to your hand. Yuna's Whistle. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put in your hand. When you reveal a card this way, put X on 1 counters on a target creature where X is the mana value of that card. Wow. Oh ho. Kimari, Valiant Guardian. The beginning of combat on your turn, put 1 counter on it. Tap target creature and opponent controls. Then it could become a copy. Wow. Shalinda, Lifelink. Whenever another creature you control enters, put 1 counter on that creature if the power is less than this card. Otherwise, put a 1 counter on this card. Wow. Sin, Unending Cataclysm. What the? As Sin enters, remove all counters from any number of artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. And it enters with X 1/1 counters on it, where X is twice the number of counters removed this way. Wow. When it dies, put its counter on target creature you control, then shuffle this card into the library. Goodness gracious. Let's get the focus right here. When it deals combat damage to a player, destroy 1 target artifact the player controls and put a 1/1 counter on him. At the beginning of your end step, if a counter was put on him this turn, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. Dang, these cards are shaping up to be some pretty nice. Let me just collective effort with escalate. Tap an untapped creature you control to escalate this. And you can choose 1 or more. Destroy a creature at power 4 greater, destroy an enchantment, put 1/1 counter on each creature target player controls. Damning Verdict. Destroy creatures with no counters on them. Oh wow. One-sided. Farewell. Okay. Exile artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and graveyards. Luminous Broodmoth. Let's go. This is a very nice card. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. Yes. Fantastic. Promise of Loyalty. Hey, I think this card was in the Planeswalker party precon. Each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacks the rest. Each of those creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control as long as it has a vow counter on it. Resourceful Defense. Whenever a permanent you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on target permanent you control. And you can move counters from target permanent you control onto a second permanent you control. Scholar of New Horizons enters with the 1/1 counter. And you can remove counters from permanents you control and search for planes and reveal it. If our opponents have more lands than we do, you can put those cards on the battlefield tapped. If they don't, just put in your hand. Sunscorch Regent. When an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature and we gain 1 life. Let's go. Together forever. When this enchantment enters, support 2. And we could choose a creature with a counter on it. When it dies, we get it back. Chasm Skulker. When we draw a card, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, create X 1/1 blue squid tokens with Island Walk, where X is number 1/1 counters on this creature. Inexorable Tide. Whenever you cast a spell, proliferate. Nuts. Pretty nuts. Pull from Tomorrow. We know this card. Draw X cards. Discard a card. Fantastic. Bane of Progress. When it enters, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature for each permanent destroyed this way. Fight Rigging has Hideaway 5. At the beginning of our combat, put a 1/1 counter on a creature. If we control creature power 7 or greater, we can play that card for free. Forgotten Ancient. Okay, whenever a player casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, move any number of 1/1 counters from this creature onto other creatures. Wow. Generous Patron. When it enters, support 2. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature you don't control, draw a card. Gyre Sage adds green mana for each 1/1 counter on this creature. And it has Evolve. Pretty goated. Hardened Scales. Let's go. Of course. 1 or more 1/1 counters will be put on there. That many plus 1 are put instead. Incubation Druid. Add 1 mana of any type that a land you control can produce. My bad. If this creature has a 1/1 counter on it, 3 mana instead. Nice. Whenever a creature you control enters, it explores. Fantastic. Rampant Rejuvenator. This creature enters with 2 1/1 counters on it. When it dies, search the library for up to X basic land cards where X is the power and put them on the battlefield, not even tapped. Tireless Tracker, of course. Fantastic. Altered Ego. Can't be countered. You may have this creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield except it enters with X additional 1/1 counters. Endless Devour. Or Detour, my bad. The owner of target spell, non-land permanent, or card in the graveyard puts it on their choice at the top or bottom. Fathom Mage has Evolved. When a 1/1 counter is put on this creature, you can draw a card. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Walking Ballista. Enters with X 1/1 counters on it. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature. And you can remove 1/1 counters and it deals 1 damage to any target. Wow, that is fantastic. We got Brushland, hell yeah. Canopy Vista, Exotic Orchard, Flooded Grove. Oh, they're giving us the that type of land, which is pretty nice. Fortified Village, Glacial Forest, Hinterland Harbor, Overflowing Basin, Port Town, Prairie Stream, Skycloud Expanse, Sungrass Prairie, Sun Petal Grove, Temple of Enlightenment, Temple of Mystery, Temple of Plenty, Vine Glimmer Snarl, Destroy Evil, pretty nice. Grateful Apparition, Path to Exile, of course, and it's absolutely necessary. An offer you can't refuse, that's pretty nice. Dusk Shell Crawler, when it enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Each creature with a 1/1 counter on it has Trample that we control. Farseek, pretty nice. Inspiring Call, gives our stuff indestructible. 3 visits, look for a forest, put on the battlefield. Bread for the hunt. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it deals combat damage, draw a card. Arcane Signet, Everflowing Chalice, cost 0, what? And Soul Ring. And I believe these are just the basic lands. We got Forge of Heroes, actually. That's actually pretty nice. Idyllic Beachfront, Nesting Grounds, Path of Ancestry, Radiant Grove, Seaside Chapel, Temple of the False God, Command Tower, Plains, Forests, Tokens. Pretty nice. Yeah, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed that unboxing, the packs. We got a great amount of good cards, and I'm looking forward to playing with this and upgrading it over time. Maybe I'll show a video soon of the upgrades, but yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.